possible with private rooms for rehab to home. Find out more by clicking the Taylorville Care Center icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome in to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Before we get going with a great conversation here, let's thank our sponsors that make it possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. On the phone line with me now is Scott Dorr. He's the Nokomis School District Superintendent. How are you today, Mr. Scott Dorr?
Wonderful. How are you doing today, Tim?
I'm doing super good. Thanks so much for taking the time, being here with me. You know, when we have these conversations with superintendents, I never know what to expect. Sometimes, maybe a no-show, but that's okay because you guys are putting out fires all over the place. When I talked to you today, you said things are going smoothly over there at Nokomis School District. That brings a smile to my face. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, mine too, actually. No, things are going smoothly. We're well into second semester in the third quarter. And, obviously, like everyone else, we've been dealing with bouts of sickness and all that nastiness that's going around. You never know what happens with Illinois weather, right?
Of course.
And but other than that, things are going well. We have a great staff here that, take serious what our kids need and provide those services to kids. We're working really hard to start prepping for next year, actually. Wow. So that's great too. We're seeing kids sign up for classes that we offer either here at the high school or through one of our other programs such as Lincoln Land or the SCI Center out of Litchfield, and our dual credit classes that are being offered. It's just exciting to see that those kids are really interested in starting that vision that they have for themselves in high school, to take that coursework they need to be prepared for after they graduate, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do. We want to make sure that they're prepared and ready to go onto the world. And so as I was looking through the numbers yesterday to see what kids are taking, it just makes me happy that a district our size can offer those opportunities for kids and make sure that they are prepared. We have several kids, looking at welding, looking at auto mechanics, looking at the healthcare profession, looking at teaching even through the teaching courses that we offer, and construction and the trades programs. And obviously our meat and potatoes obviously is our ag classes. We offer a ton of ag classes along with the ag academies, and we do have 2 ag teachers in the district. So it's wonderful to see that those kids are pursuing what they want to do and making that happen for them is as an administrator, that's a great feeling.
Yeah, just such great things to hear. Everything you just said. You just spoke on agriculture. Speaking of agriculture, last week was FFA week, and we had Nokomis FFA in this studio. Talk to me a little bit about that fun week.
What a great bunch of kids, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, just they're fully well-rounded students, every single one of them. Yeah.
My favorite part of the year for during FFA week is drive your tractor to school day, right? That's the best. You can look out into the parking lot and see, these $100,000 tractors sitting in the parking lot, and it just takes me back. I grew up in a small agricultural community, and it just takes me back to those times where, kids were out on the farms working and preparing to take over those farms one day. And these kids here, we have such a big FFA program. We have a great alumni support system here. And we offer, not just regular ag classes that we took when we were in school, but, more advanced, such as metal fabrication and ag industry and leadership classes through the FFA and the ag department. It just, I think it, like you said, it makes them more well-rounded, for when they get out into the real world.
Sure. Yeah, it's everything I heard them say, and the things that they like to focus on that are outside of agriculture, the things that are getting sharpened, like their public speaking, their
Yep.
confidence, just talking to people. They're gaining these skills that they're just so valuable. Really awesome to talk to those FFA kids, and yeah, they got bright futures ahead of them.
Yep.
I hear a lot of the way you speak on these kids is that focus is really future oriented. It's really good to know that that's not lost on a smaller school district like that. It can probably be easy to kind of get lost in the weeds there. So you utilize those LLCC, and is that at the Capital Area Career Center, CACC? Is that right?
No, we
Oh,
use SCI, which is
SCI. Okay.
the new vocational system over in Litchfield.
Okay.
So that's the new building that we put up. It opened this year for the first time. So it's the South Central Illinois Vocational and Innovation Center. It's a wonderful program, and we're expanding it each year to make more opportunities for kiddos. You know, I think back when I was in high school, and that was many years ago. Obviously, you know, the push was always, you got to go to college, you got to go to college, you got to go to college, and going to college for me was the right choice, but it's not for everyone, right?
Right.
So, you know, even in 2024, we got to take a look at see what these kids want to do, and we got to prepare them. And in a lot of times, that's our vocational programs, and that is awesome because kids can get out of high school sometimes even with certifications through Lincoln Lane or through other programs that we offer, and they can go right into the workforce and make good money. You know, being welders and so on and so forth. We're even, you know, bringing in more computer science coursework as that's going to be a requirement in the state here in a couple years.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's preparing kids and really looking to see what they want. Yeah, we still offer all those great high school classes for college preparation, calculus and you know, dual credit English and dual credit history, and those are great. We have great faculty that teaches those classes, but we have to look at everyone. We have to take a holistic approach to our education here in Nokomis.
Without a doubt, and you guys have been doing such a great job of that, and it's not a one size fits all at all. It really does feel like, and I wasn't in high school that long ago. It was just about 6 years ago, where the dual credit offerings, they were there, but not a lot of people used them. And
Right.
the agricultural piece of these smaller communities, I feel like it really gives students a more clear goal, more clear focus on their future. There, it's really great to hear that agriculture is being just utilized as it should be. These kids are, it's a large undertaking with a family farm. So how does the role of agriculture kind of mature these kids a little bit?
Well, it's kind of like you said, we are building soft skills on kids.
Yeah.
We're building confidence and leadership. You know, my focus the last 5 or so years has been to build leadership skills in our students, even starting at the elementary level. You know, give them jobs to do, give them responsibilities, give them choices to make, and build these leadership skills all the way through high school. You know, we have high school kids that are presidents of our groups and associations. We've talked a lot about FFA, but we have a big FCCLA group with over 100 members in it.
Wow.
And so they do a lot of work. And, you know, the culinary arts here at Nokomis is humongous. I mean, we could technically use another culinary arts teacher if we had room for it, right? Those classes fill up quicker than anything in the world. But even through FCCLA or FFA or student council or whatever, we're seeing that these sponsors are helping to build leadership skills, do public speaking, get up and get in front of a group of people to do presentations and learn to collaborate with other people. We know that the workforce nowadays requires more collaboration in the workforce. So if we can get kids to collaborate in the classroom as well as outside the classroom, you know, not just in athletics, but in other settings as well, they're going to be more successful in the workforce when they graduate.
Without a doubt. Strong words here. Some great words here from Scott Dorr, Nokomis superintendent. We've been talking about his school district, the success they've been finding, and just the smooth nature of the year so far. When we come back, we're going to be talking about some next year preparation, maybe some athletics and academic programs coming down the way here. My name is Tim Zalabak. You are listening to WTIM, your information station. This is the WTIM Morning Show. Back in just a little bit.
Your information station, WTIM.
If you're like most people, finding extra money for your savings just doesn't happen. This is Leah Steckemeyer at People's Bank and Trust, and we have the solution you've been looking for. Sign up for our Save by Spending Roundup program, and we'll round up your purchases to the next dollar, then transfer that change to your savings account. It's as easy as shop, enjoy, and save. Start saving for the things you really want with our Save by Spending Roundup program. Call 888-PBT-1954 and let us put you and your savings first. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whether you're getting a little older or just wanting to focus on your health a little more, you need the advantages of a primary care physician from Memorial Care. From detecting long-term illness to planning long-term wellness, our physicians are with you every step of the way. Make today the day you start thinking about tomorrow's health. Make an appointment and begin having regular checkups. Physicians in Decatur and Springfield are currently accepting new patients. Visit memorial.health for more information.
This is Bill Wise with the latest Appetite for Pork report. Today I'm talking with Dr. David Newman, Senior Vice President of Market Growth at National Pork Board, about how your pork checkoff dollars are working to bring more U.S. pork to tables around the world. Dr. Newman, the pork checkoff has been working to expand markets here at home. What exactly does that mean for pork producers?
Right now, in this challenging market that we're in, our goal is driving demand both domestically and internationally. We're building one-on-one relationships with several different pieces of the marketing aspect of pork, retailers, food service operators, and we're also working a lot with C-stores. So making sure that we're playing in all the areas where consumers are shopping. Using checkoff funds to do that keeps pork top of mind with relevant consumers.
Thanks again, David, for talking with us today about how the pork checkoff is building a bigger appetite for U.S. pork. You can find out more information at porkcheckoff.org/radio.
Thank you for listening to this Miller Media Group radio station. We appreciate you making the choice to tune in to us. We want to remind you of some things to keep the attorneys happy. Our stations allow one winner per household in a 30-day period. Cash prizes are mailed to our winners within 30 days of winning. And as you've probably already guessed, portions of today's programming on this Miller Media Group radio station were pre-recorded and are mechanically or digitally reproduced. There. Now we've made the attorneys happy. Thanks again for listening to this Miller Media Group station.
Here's Dr. Pavi Gill from Springfield Clinic, Taylorville.
Lifestyle medicine is about motivating you to improve your quality of life by changing habits and behaviors.
Find out more by clicking Dr. Gill's icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Your Christian County Health Department has both COVID and flu vaccines available, with both high-dose and regular-dose flu vaccines in stock. Call them. Make your appointment now. Get their number and more info by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Before we continue with this great conversation, let's thank the sponsors that make it possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better. At Landmark, on the phone line, we have Scott Dorr, Nokomis superintendent. That first half, we were talking about the smooth nature of operations over there at Nokomis School District, the academic success, utilizing some future strengthening programs. And the kids are just having a great time over there, it seems. So, Mr. Scott Dorr, moving into the springtime season here. We're talking athletics now. Track and field returning for a second year. Am I hearing that right?
That is correct. We were excited last year to bring track and field back to the high school for both boys and girls. We saw success. We had a student go to the state meets the very first year. She returns as a senior this year. So you talk about quick. She's quick. She's fast. And so, you know, I get to hear out in the hallway outside my office every day after school the kids outside, out in the hallway because the weather's been bad, right?
Yep,
Not been able to get outside, practicing, doing drills and using the hallways or whatever areas they can find to get ready for this season. So we start the new season, second year for high school track and field with a new coach this year and some new assistants. And we are looking forward to seeing another successful season in track and field, as well as, I think we're going to have some good numbers putting up there for baseball and softball as well.
Wow, just awesome stuff coming down the way here. You mentioned there are some practices that can take off in the hallways. That's a thing. The final bell rings there. You got to look out behind you. The track team is practicing there. That's awesome. Do you guys have a track? Do you guys have a track at Nokomis High School? Or do you guys travel for that?
Actually, we do not.
Okay.
So we do some practicing here at the high school, but we have other partnerships with area schools that we can go and use our track for some practicing. But yeah, we're more like a travel team than anything, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think the kids enjoy it. They really get into it. I saw some of our big guys out there out in the backfield last night working on the shot and the discus and all that fun stuff. So, I was a track coach for 10 years and so looking out there, I can, it brings back memories, right? Sure. Springtime, it's nice out. Hopefully the rain and the snow stays away so everybody can get outside and have some fun and do something that they really enjoy.
Sure, and I'm sure those athletes there are just happy to be competing and participating. They probably don't mind the travel. They're just happy to be out there. Just awesome, awesome stuff right there. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about a program that I love bringing up on this station. Just such a heartwarming program. I want to know how it's been going. You bring up the peer mentoring program or the Capturing Kids' Hearts program. Break this one down for us. How's it been?
It's been great. We started the peer-to-peer mentoring program. We launched it officially at the end of January. Our peer mentors are continuing to get training every month so they can, help other kids with issues that they face. Students can get on our website and, fill out a form that say, hey, I need some help or I need some assistance or I need someone to talk to. That gets sent to one of the advisors where then we match up a peer that has similar interests and similar likes and so forth. So they can, go into a room in the library or go to the counselor's room and just sit down and talk, bounce ideas off one another, maybe get some homework help, maybe say, hey, we have this issue at home I'm dealing with. How do you suggest I handle that? And so we've had, about a dozen kids reach out and ask for some assistance. And I think it's been very successful. And so I think kids are more apt to talk to other kids about their issues because they feel more comfortable, they feel safe, and they'd feel like, they're probably not going to get judged, even though they wouldn't get judged anyway by our counselors and adults. But it's just that teenage feeling that they get, right?
Yeah.
So any way we can help kids be successful in the classroom or even outside the classroom, we're willing to take on that challenge and say, okay, let's put our collective brains together and find out a way to do this. And Capturing Kids' Hearts, which is a program we've been running for about 4 or 5 years now, this just brought in another avenue for us to say, hey, this is a way we can help kids and dealing with issues that they face every day. And I think it's been very successful. We continue to work it. And, this is a program that we're going to bring in new mentors for over the summer and get them trained and get ready for August when that new school year starts. So we have that up and running.
Sure. Such amazing initiatives right there. And it just really seems like an environment has been created where, of course, students are going to jump on the opportunity to be one of those mentors. It's going to take a special student, of course, but you've also created a comfortable place where students are happy to ask for the help. And I think that's one of the toughest things is a student asking for help. Scott, we're in our last minute here. Any last words for our listeners?
I'm grateful to be a part of this great school district and do some of the things that we've been able to do for kids. I look forward to working with our team over the next month or so to, start preparing for next year and making sure that we, stay successful both academically, athletically, and socially, and provide those services to our students across the board.
Absolutely. Scott, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Have a great day.
You as well. That was Scott Dorr, Nokomis Superintendent. Great conversation there. Thank you so much to all who listened. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show, and you are listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
That was slightly less than the Commerce Department's earlier estimate. Was an easy win for Donald Trump and the Michigan